welcome to Lines on Design. It's going to be a fun day today. I'm here with Mike Rugemer from Group 3 Designs, and we are going to have a great day today. First half of our show, we're going to talk about a concept. And then we're fortunate enough to be able to see the concept put into action. We're going to actually go to a home that Mike has renovated and done the architecture as well as the interior design, and see how you put your brilliance to work.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this. I think it'll be a fun show. Let's talk initially conceptually.
Okay. Well, starting with the client, this is an older 1970-something vintage home.
I love it. 70s is vintage now.
Right, it is vintage, believe it or not.
Scares me.
And so our task was to, I mean, it could potentially be almost a tear down, this house, but it had good bones, and we said, it's going to be a rental home. Let's do something on a budget for now and transform it. So mainly on the interiors. We didn't do much at all in the exteriors except for the pool. So
the point is, you walk in, you get a budget, you get a flavor for what the client wants. Right. What's your first step?
Right. Well, the first step is to walk through the house and see what it is that, especially on something we're going to keep a lot of things.
Okay.
What we're going to have to work with and kind of build on from there. So. And
in talking to you, you said you really do, you honestly do like the bones of this house.
Yeah.
I mean, you felt like it flowed really well.
Yeah, it's got a great floor plan, nice scale rooms, that kind of thing.
Where did you decide to begin?
Well, believe it or not, there's a Mexican tile floor in a lot of the house, which is sort of that Mexican color.
Terracotta kind of,
thank you. And so, believe it or not, we started with that because we knew we were going to be stuck with that. What do we do with that? So we came
Don't you remember when that was all really
all the rage, like limestone is now? You say, what's going to be timeless? Well, you never know. 10 years from now, right? Or 30 years. So.
Okay, so you started with the kind of the terracotta color tile.
We start with that tile, but then when you come in the main room, it's the great room, the living room, and dining room. So we really didn't want to do those colors in there, so we picked up on the greens.
Okay.
That kind of went with that, and then did the terracotta and the side rooms off of it, the kitchen, the family.
So you basically started in the kitchen area and then moved outward.
Right.
Let's take a look if we can. You've got some great before and after pictures too.
Right. So, we have great.
So where should we start?
The first thing then after we've gone through the house is do a furniture plan and get a budget that the client's comfortable with, that we can work with, and then go from there. So these are the furniture plans we first did that you're looking at here. Here's where you come in, this great room that we did this paint in this green color.
Okay.
And then the terracotta floor is all in this area. So that brings up on the terracotta color over in there.
All right, may we do this? May we look at this kitchen area first?
Sure.
Let's talk, if we can. Let's show the before picture. Ooh, this is kind of fun, guys.
So the kitchen had that terracotta floor with oak cabinets. You can see sea of wood. And very basic white handles. So we were proposing in there to pick up on this color.
Oh, look at this.
That would be really went well.
Because you knew you weren't ripping out the floors.
Right. And the brick, there's a big brick fireplace in there also.
Okay.
And then we start with the color scheme of the fabrics, which is kind of seeing here.
Now, did you do all the furniture too?
Yes. Yes, that goes with this. A lot of this is a slipcover line. So being a rental home.
Is that let me look
at that's the slipcover.
You and I were talking about that. Now, this is called Best?
It's Best slipcovers.
Okay.
And you can do it also upholstered, but everything, all kinds of styles that can be slip covered.
And one of the things that people might not know about Group 3 Designs is you can actually make use of their design center. I do it as a designer, but even as a client, come on in and just take a look at what you've got.
Utilize the space we have. Right.
I mean, you've always had that, but now I think we're trying to really get the word out because they've got resources that are absolutely amazing. Okay, so these slip-cover chairs.
Right, that's all these fabrics are slip-covered furniture that will be in that family room space.
Look how pretty. A lot of buttercream colors, things like that. So you decided to not do a whole lot of changes in the kitchen specifically?
Right, we just painted the cabinets in a buttercup yellow.
Okay, like this?
Changes the handle. Right, very, very much so. Right,
pretty.
Right, which goes great with that.
And then what did you recommend to do about the countertop?
The countertops were a white Corian, you can see here, believe it or not, and we decided to keep that, keeping costs down, and it looks good, actually.
It does look good, and they're thick. Well, I can't wait to see. Okay. So this is kind of fun to look at that. Now, I don't even know where this is.
This is looking towards that family room space where these colors will all be. There was a spiral staircase that went up to a media lounge up there, which we took out to open the space up.
Okay.
It's a very awkward space there. And then this is the photo of the wet bar that's in there. And again, we painted those in that really nice warm yellow color, changed the handles, and added these X designs, which you'll see when we go to the house, on the front of it. Very cost effective and totally changed it up.
This is why you hire professionals, because you really can
Just
do
with
things
a little
that,
bit of touches.
Yeah, this is amazing. So this is kind of this space, and the flavor is a very terracotta. You didn't do a lot of structural stuff here.
Really not at all, except the spiral stair.
Now, what about then the main dining room, living room area?
The main living room, dining room area.
Here, I'll tidy these
Yeah,
up.
thank you. Mainly the only structural things we did was to change out the fireplace. You could see it was very gray, which isn't bad. It just didn't go with the terracotta, the natural feel in there. So, and we enlarged the whole feel of it. And then the paint colors, we went with this kind of neat green color, which is very popular today.
It actually looks like a real true olive. Savannah green. Oh, perfect.
There you go, right?
Yes, Savannah
looks
girl.
great
There you
with
go.
the looks great with the terracotta. Same values as what you want to go with depth and color on the rooms. And then we had these great fabrics.
Again, Beth, that
from Best Slipcover, right?
And Tara is one of your designers that works here, and she is adorable and works
We work
a lot
great together.
and works a lot with the clients that walk in too.
Right.
And you really do have a full line of everything. All right, so you did this. Where did you all decide to put some of the, or the majority of the money for renovation?
The master bath.
Oh, let's look at that. Okay. I'm trying to keep these very tidy.
The master bath is the whole master suite is very large, nice scale. So you walk in there. We decided to create that a completely different oasis.
Okay.
So we have these beautiful neutrals and a little hint of gray, which is becoming more popular now.
I just think this is the prettiest palette I've seen.
And the key to changing this palette to more neutral is to keep the wall colors in the same depth. We were talking about how that green went with the terracotta.
I did something.
And if you
with
look at the where we lose that green anyway.
I did something with it.
There you go. If you look at the depth of the colors, isn't that wonderful together?
Yes.
It's not like, even though it's neutral, it still keeps the richness in the space. So these are the slip covers in the bedroom, but the bathroom we changed out. You can see it here. Here's what the cabinets look like now. Before, your 70s white cabinets. White was big back then. The white laminate top. You mirror with your little strip light across the top. Everything was white, but of course faded and never. The white schemes never matched.
Where is the bathtub in this? Over here?
The bathtub is over here. Right.
Okay.
Yes. There's two vanities like this, and then
now where's the shower?
The shower is behind over here. Well, if you look on the plan here.
Oh yeah, let me do that too. Are you all enjoying this? Because I certainly am.
You came in here, that was that wall here. The tub's in this corner.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And there's another vanity that didn't match this on the other side without this big tall thing.
I think
So we opened it up quite a lot with these chests.
It is. Did you decide just that the cabinetry was not cost effective, right?
Right, to try to tweak it and rework it, we were able to buy chests that had a beautiful marble top on it, very cost effective, and really opened up the room. You can see it had a nice symmetry to the room to begin with. It just was all the cosmetics that were not great.
Oh, this is going to be fun to actually go through and see all this in come to fruition. Then, master bedroom.
That's
the same palette
the master
here?
bedroom, and then in the guest bedrooms, they all had this basic vanity from back when.
Yes, that we all still have.
So, cost effectively, we kept these vanities, kept the counters, but we raised them up. You know how the counters, bath vanities, were like 32 inches, which seems very low now.
Yes,
now they're bringing them up to 34, 36. So what we did was we just took these same vanities, raised them up, and we put a furniture base around them, which updated them so that little toe kick.
Oh.
Painted them, and Tara picked some great hardware, glass hardware to put on it. It kind of one room was yellow and one room was red. They kind of matched.
What do you do with the sheet mirrors now? What's your recommendation?
They're gone. Just put a decorative mirror up there, and it really dresses it up.
Pulls it all together?
Right. Kind of goes with the room, ties it more in. Doesn't look like a utilitarian bathroom.
And you can do this with as big a project or as little a project as the client comes to you with.
Right, right. We can be quite cost effective, and designer, it pays off, I think, in the end. So.
This is so much fun, but it does nothing to compare to what we're going to go and see. I am so excited to actually go to this house. Now that we've kind of had the preliminary walkthrough, seen the plans, we're actually going to go to the home and see Mike and Group 3 and the magic they worked. Stay with us on Lines on Design. On Lines on Design. I am here once again with Mike Rugemer from Group 3, architects, designer. I mean, this is an example of both. I tell you what, this house is phenomenal. If you just joined us, in the first segment, we really looked at some renderings. We looked at some pictures of what was
here
and what is going to be, and now we're actually physically here, and it is everything you said it would be. And more.
Great.
I mean, again, I think even though I do this every day and I have a pretty good ability to visualize, actually coming into a space really gives it an amazing feel. If we can, this is a rental home. Let's talk from the front door, because I think that's where we started before. What were you all thinking and what did you do?
Well, one thing, Debbie, I was excited about working on this house because, like you said, the house was from 1970 something, but it had a good floor plan and good bones. So starting at the front door, but it was a lot of aesthetic things. The front door had the little stained glass windows on, as you remember. Just took the same door, opened it up, and now it's a modern clear glass. You look right through to the ocean.
I mean, it really is a beautiful floor plan. Walking into the dining room and living room here.
Well, we didn't change the floor. There's a really nice oak floor in here.
Okay, pretty.
Coming through, I don't know if you can see it, is the terracotta. So we said, we can't change this terracotta floor. That's a lot of money.
Okay.
We're going to work with it, which was popular back in the 70s. So we did a more modern green colors in here.
I love the color.
And the terracotta goes through, and you'll see on either side we did the terracotta colors. Now that can be somewhat southwest, but the patterns and the fabrics give it more of the beacher feel.
Beacher feel.
Beacher feel, right.
But the other thing I noticed, again, this is what you're so good. Mike is architect, but he's also interior designer, and I have to keep throwing that in because it's the design, the creative design that I really notice in this home. Again, this fireplace, we saw a picture of it, and now look.
We made it larger.
Is that what it is?
Yes,
okay.
much longer. And then these are just molding parts just standard pieces that we use.
Like these are?
Right.
Okay.
Right, and this piece as well. So we did the new mantle very cost effectively. And then the paint color change really accented that wall.
Okay.
This green is quite strong.
Uh-huh.
But you can see we didn't paint it everywhere. On the window walls, we kept that almost looking like trim without changing it all out to trim. Around the front door, the same thing. There's no green, and it breaks it up nice.
You know, I hadn't really noticed that, but that is a really interesting
I mean,
way
normally
that
I
you've done
would have done all trim around that.
Right.
You know, make that a whole trim wall. So just by painting it out, it's a neat trick. And the front door, the same thing. So
Have things changed a lot since you started doing design and architecture? Or are classics classics?
Classics are classics, I'd say.
Okay.
Here, I started with the floor plan and the good bones of the house.
Okay.
Did the furniture plan, and budget was the first thing that we worked on.
Okay, so budget was a huge object for this.
Right.
Let's walk into the kitchen, because I know based on the pictures that you showed me in there, that is going to be. Yeah, I want to see that too. I'm excited. Let's go walk in here. Well, coming from the living room, dining room into here, this is fun, and I swear, it's amazing. You talked about the terracotta as sort of anchoring.
Right.
And you brought it in through color. I am just blown away. You got to talk to me about cabinetry.
Well, if you remember, they're all like that oak from 1970 something, right? And between that and all the wood. So we painted them this nice, kind of a strong golden yellow color, which we had tied into some of the fabrics in the adjoining space, and added these X designs on here to kind of update it.
That's what makes it, well, and it customizes it. It makes it look so darn...
and you notice we didn't put them on all of them, just enough to where the accent would be. So, well, like we talked about earlier, where you come into here and we have this really rich terracotta, which kind of works with the brick and the floor. So we wanted this to pop, and it needed to be pretty strong, so it's this rich golden yellow that kind of ties in with some of the fabrics in here.
It's like a straw color.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't there like a Tiffany?
Yeah, I remember there was a Tiffany lamp there. We reused the same outlet and modernized it with track. And the owner had found that great fish there.
Talk to me, if you will, about the countertop, because I find that very interesting.
The countertop was in good shape. It's Corian.
Wait, this is what you had?
This is what was here.
It looked totally different.
Yeah, it just cleaned up really well, so we saved the money, and it was a very inexpensive renovation, this kitchen.
Was it
The painting, the glazing, and the new hardware makes a huge difference.
Oh,
always.
That's what it is, too.
Right,
Look at this.
Right.
I tell
And
you
you
what.
notice we just put the X's on certain cabinets, not everywhere. It would have been too busy. So it just accented the refrigerator, these symmetrical cabinets. But other than that, nothing changed.
And then you tied it over to the bar area, which, again, I love the reflection. It looks amazing.
The bar did not have those X's. Other than that, it was the exact same cabinets.
This is
really updated
phenomenal. Well, I'm excited. I love this area, but you keep telling me that the master bath is what I have to see.
Yeah.
All right, should we run up
Really
there and see that?
transformation.
Okay, I know we've only got a couple minutes, but we're going to see everything.
Great.
Because these transformations are miraculous.
Fun.
Come on.
Okay.
Mike, the master bath really is phenomenal compared to what we saw. I can't even believe it.
Isn't it so different?
It's amazing. All right, what'd you do?
Well,
Start at the beginning,
we kept the same tub, believe it or not. That's the original tub in that spot. We added the wainscoting, the wood with just simple moldings over there. And then if you remember...
I can't get over it.
If you remember, the cabinets were this white cabinets that was probably big back in the 70s with the laminate counters, the built-in mirrors, the makeup lights, strip lights.
Oh gosh,
remember?
yes.
And it wasn't balanced, but the space was really good. Nice symmetry to the space, but it wasn't played up. So
what did you think when you came in?
we said we got to get rid of those cabinets, but it was too expensive to build in new cabinets. And chests are very popular now, and this is actually a better way to go because the chest comes in with the sink and the marble top, beautiful marble top. And
it's still a his and hers. It looks great. Good for a rental.
Perfect.
Now, is this one of the spaces that you did spend a little bit more money in?
Yes, we did this probably in the bathroom and a little bit more in the kitchen, but still very carefully how it was spent.
To me, what makes it look very up to date, again, the color tones that you selected. How would you describe, are you talking mushrooms or putties or? Yeah,
I'd say it's kind of a deep taupe with the gray undertones in it, which grays, as you know, are coming back now.
They are
big time.
I love it.
Warm grays. So.
What'd you do over here to the bath then? Did you do
really the original shower? Just cleaned it up, changed the faucet, and that was about it.
Did you really? Because it really looks very put together. And I think what I really am impressed with is how, again, some of the wainscoting here, and these just look phenomenal. I love it.
Small touches, but it all came together.
I'll tell you, there is no more fun show to do than a before and an after, and this one is extraordinary. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a lot of fun, and as always, it's great to have Mike, Group 3, on Lines on Design.
Thanks.
Bye-bye now.